Hey people, so I've been waiting for something relevant to pop up so that I can start making videos on this channel that relate more to things that are interested in me rather than talking about Pokemon and showing off game trailers. Um, and something popped up recently, hashtag IfMenHadPeriods. And this has really offended a lot of people for no reason. So, I guess I'm just going to just dive headfirst into the topic. So it started with a comic, from what I know, and let's start before that, and the comic was spawned from it, but I don't think that's what happened. I have the comic up here. It's a guy consoling his girlfriend, who is presumably on her period right now, and he's saying, "I'm sorry your period makes you so uncomfortable." And she's just like, "Just be thankful men don't bleed like this." And then the next panel, it's just him imagining a bunch of men standing around, they're pissing blood at each other, they're writing their names in blood on the walls. He's in the next panel after that, he's just sitting there on the sofa, like, yeah. And it's funny. People people get to laugh at it. But then people decide, you know what? I'm going to take this too far. Just these random ass people on Twitter who are like, oh, so men don't have periods? What about trans men? And I'm just like, trans men, assuming 50% of trans people are trans men, make up 0.15% of the population. No one was aiming this at them. Nobody considered the fact that this would be offensive to anybody. It was a joke. Take it as a joke. When somebody says, I don't know, all Irish people are leprechauns, I don't get offended. And I'm very Irish. Potato. God, I suck at YouTube. Anyway, back on topic. So, people are getting offended, and I've decided I'm just going to highlight some tweets here that people made that I'm just taking out of an article rather than bothering to look for them because there's a lot here. Uh, yeah, so let's see. Hashtag if men had periods, stop. Men do have periods. Not every man is cis, and it's disgusting for people to still be assuming that they are. Okay, um, have you considered the fact that 0.5% of the population is such a small number that you could literally meet a couple hundred people, like, a very high number of people, more than most people will meet in their lifetimes, and never meet a trans man? You might not be considering it. And yes, trans people are getting a lot more of a spotlight lately, but you still need to consider that they're a very, very small percentage of people, and you can't just say, oh, so you don't consider them when you make a joke? Well, that means you're a transphobe. Like, no, it doesn't mean you're a transphobe. That's... It just doesn't. That's like if I said, when feminists say all men think about is boobs, that's homophobic because they're not considering gay people. It's the same argument. And it's dumb. I think feminists say men are obsessed with boobs. I don't know. Blah blah blah, patriarchy. Nobody cares. That's not the topic of this video. Yeah. There's more here. This is why the hashtag IfMenHadPeriods is so frustrating. We are disrespecting people based off something we know nothing about. What? We know about trans people, and we know that trans men unless they've undergone certain treatments, will still have periods. So, yeah, that's... we do know about it. Why are you saying we don't? We do. I think you need to focus a little more on everyone else. What else? I am a gender-fluid boy who has been menstruating for 7 years and recently got pregnant. Your hashtag IfMenHadPeriods hashtag is a transphobic and ignorant. What did you say your hashtag IfMenHadPeriods hashtag? That's dumb. That's so redundant. There's a hashtag there, you don't need to clarify that it's a hashtag. You're using the hashtag. Jesus fucking Christ. Furthermore, you're a gender fluid boy, right? I don't spend much time looking into this Tumblr-y stuff, but doesn't that mean you're like a boy today and tomorrow you might be a girl and the day after that you're gonna be, I don't know, a unicorn or something? Wow, okay, yeah, I get that there's a difference between otherkin and gender. Please, don't crucify me. It's a joke. At least I didn't say attack helicopter, that's what everyone else seems to go for. Is that a stereotype? Seriously? Can somebody clarify that for me? Anyway, yeah, and then they seem to have responded to themselves. I'm not sure which one is the response and which one is the original, but, they have another one that says, "Hi," hashtag IfMenHadPeriods. "Hi, I'm a queer, menstruating boy who's sick of your erasure of the trans and non-binary identities in this manner." Jesus, please don't turn this into a non-binary thing. God. Right. If 0.3% of the population is trans, how many of those are non-binary? Are any of them? Do we count non-binary people? I don't think we should. It's more of a stepping stone to accepting whether you're cis or trans. Make up your mind, seriously. And I'm going to say, you are just being indecisive with that. I'll make another video on the topic if enough people decide to get angry at me. There are people here who are responding to the social justice warriors, calling them social justice crybabies here in one of the posts from @ChicksOnRight. Fair enough. Never heard of that. Is that Twitter? Don't really use Twitter. Yeah, there's not much here in the way of interesting things. I might make a follow-up to this. More tweets, just the tweets, rather than this whole spiel I'm going on about right now. I think so we're going to end the actual video itself. Yeah, you can click off now. I don't care anymore. I think this is it. It's already like almost 9 minutes.